role of the oven master is almost like a NASCAR pit crew. I'm responsible to bake off all the pastries. Breadbelly is an Asian American bakery in California. In the morning, I have to bake off 20 items. I have such a small windows to bake off, putting the final touch on those items. If you come to Breadbelly, pretty sure that I am the one who baked the products you have on your hands. Hi, good morning. Welcome to Breadbelly. My name is May Nguyen and I am the oven masters of the bakery. It's about 3:45 right now and we got a lot of pastry waiting for us in the puffer, so let's get going. In the morning, I have about 2.5 hours window to bake, finish, and garnish everything before the delivery person comes in. This is the oven. Usually we set it to automatically be turned on around 3:30. This is our walk-in puffer. It's literally the size of a closet. It's got a lot of humidity. This is black sesame berries Danish and our blueberry croissant tart with brown butter financiers. So I'm gonna pop this into the puffer right now. We're gonna have the oven occupied all the time. It's very fun. It's like playing puzzles. I think the ham and cheese is ready. The layers are separating nicely. The next thing I'm gonna do is to set up my egg wash station. We recently changed to the gun because our production volumes has been increased quite substantially the last few months. And also with the gun, I get a nicer, even brush because like the brush depends on the pressures of your hand. You can mess up the layers of the laminated pastries. It gives the products a really nice, shiny, deep amber color. I love my team. But honestly, like the first 30 minutes before my oven master assist comes in is like my favorite time of the day. It's literally just me moving around, trying to get things done, and I'm just in the zone. So it's my favorite 30 minutes of the day. It's ready to be pushed to our rack oven. This is our walk-in oven. It's a rotating rack. It's super nice because it helps us to really increase our volumes in the productions. So sometimes things like this happens. The oven is not rotating. It's gonna be quick fix. I had to reset it for 10 seconds. It happens once in a while. I don't know what caused it, but usually just like reset the ovens, we'll fix it. Nice, it's moving. This is our monkey bread, which use croissant trim, not to waste anything, so that's why we come up with these products. I do try to tidy it up a little bit so that it doesn't get overflowed. It seems like it's also ready to be put into the oven, so I'm just gonna pop it in real quick. Just gonna set a timer. Timer is like the most essential tool. The oven itself has its own timers, and then I have one over there next to my stations. Usually I use this one for like the total times of the bake off that I think it would need. And then this one I would kind of set for something that I need to check in the middle of the bake. I'm gonna drink my juice really quick. This is definitely my non-negotiable. I don't drink a lot of coffee, but I need my tea and this. I drink this juice every day, every morning, just to like wake me up. It's a vitamin C's and lemons and also olive oil. It's very tart. This is my tea, the only thing I would need in the morning. Okay. The next thing I'm gonna do is set up my kaya buns. This is our meal bread dough that got proofed overnight. It will be added we call it kaya hat. It's almost like an almond cookie. We put it on top so it's like a cracklings or like contrast. We always kind of want to give our pastries a lot of contrasting texture, so the meal bread's gonna be very fluffy and soft. And later when it's cooled down, it will get filled with pandan coconut cream. So that's like very smooth velvet teas, and this is gonna add like a nice crunch. Besides oven master stations, we also have lamination stations, dough mixing stations, and pastry prep stations. So pastry prep stations pretty much handles all of the productions of meats, like making these kaya hats or like portioning doughs. It's about 4 teams. We have about 8 people in our team, so it's a lot to coordinate, but it's a really fun team to work with. I put some pearl sugar on top. At least within the 30 seconds of the timer goes up, you should check. The reason why I have a timer in the middle of the bake for these items, the monkey bread, because sometimes all the pieces kind of falling. Most of the time, everything looks good, but sometimes, like for example, this one, I'm just gonna give it a little push so that it stays nicely in the ring. Just get hot. This is a very special gloves that needed for the ovens. It's quite long to protect my arm, but as you can see, I still get some burns. That's just part of the job. The fan is blowing, and this is a convection oven, so every time that I open the door, cool air blew in, so it's like the temperature is dropping, and then the moment that I close the door, the temperature is gonna spike quite a lot. We do try to minimize that. Okay. That's kind of the first thing I learned when I moved to this station, to be friends with all these timers going off. Like, it will be okay, like you can wait. That's the timers for my Danish. I'm gonna pull it out now so that it doesn't go over. Timers for my almond croissants. It seems like I get a golden top, so it should be done. It does need to get some finish, but we do want everything to be cooled down properly before we can garnish. Okay. I'm gonna check my croissant in the rivet oven if it's ready. We do need to pull everything out because the lighting in the oven can kind of be deceptive. We look for like a very deep amber color on our products. You will get like a very nutty, toasty, caramelized flavors. So I just pull my monkey bread and some trays of the ham and cheese out from the oven. And then I just popped in my soba cookies and the sesame cookies. The next thing I'm gonna do is gonna pop in all these kaya buns into the rivet. And then once it's done, I can do my danishes and croissant tart. So I can check off everything that I already baked. The ham and cheese in the oven, chocolate is in the oven, Danish monkey bread is done, almond croissant is done, soba cookie is in the oven, sesame cookies in the oven. Okay, we're on time. The soba cookie is actually something that blew my mind when I first started. I never seen any type of cookies like that before. It has a drage buckwheat, which is like a caramelized buckwheat crusted on top. It's got dark chocolate and also a dulce de leche chocolate chunk. I think the oven temperature is quite ready for me to pop in the kaya buns. The black sesame cookie is not a part of the opening bakes, but because it's get baked at the same temperatures with the soba cookie, so that's why I just pop it in right now. I'm just gonna head over to my Thermomix areas and get set up for my cheesecake. This is Daniel's, my oven master assist. He comes in at 4:30 to help me with a lot of things that I would not able to get to. One of them is bang, which is our takes on the Korean street food. Bang has a cake like cornbread and an egg on top and cheddar cheese. Our basket cheesecake is also a very popular item. We also use mountain thyme cheese from Cowgirl Creamery, which is like right over there in Marin County. So this is just heavy cream. I usually try to keep it like around 15 minutes because I know that I also have things going on in the oven, and most of the time I'm just back and forth while this one's running. It's a do-it-all machine. We literally use it for so many of our recipes. You can blend things, you can cook things. Right now I'm just putting in my chunks of cheese because it's kind of hard to hear the ovens from this side, so I'm just gonna go check my ovens quickly. I have about 36 seconds on this oven, so I'm probably gonna just stay here and making sure that I can pull it out when it's done. I want the top to be dry and the color is a golden brown. I think it's ready. Knowing that the Danish gonna comes out soon and this big rack is pretty full, so I'm just gonna grab another one. Seems like the colors is where I want it to be, so I'm just gonna pull it out now. This is our blueberry croissant tart. They have a brown butter financiers, and our blueberry comes from the Triple Delight farm in Fresno. Blueberry is so good right now. And every time that we have a delivery from the Triple Delight, it's very dangerous because it's saying the walk in, and every time I goes in, some blueberry is gonna disappear. So I'm just gonna pump it to 460s for my bangs and my cheesecake. With this special mold, it does need to get unmolded within the first few minutes out from the oven. If I don't unmold it right away, the butter is gonna get hardened and set, and the layers will get stick to the mold, and it's gonna be impossible to unmold. I'm in a good spot with my oven, so I'm gonna move back to finish the cheesecake. Everything is blended well and emulsified, so I'm just gonna portion these into 390 gram each. The basket cheesecake will have a burnish crust, but still very gooey in the middle, so that's why we use these springs foam mold with parchment lining so that we can easily unmold them later. This is our packing stations. We have a lot of clipboard just to help us with organize and know where things go. And it's organized by the priorities. The Bread Cafe, which is our wholesale clients, that need to be ready by 6:20. 1408, which is our other location on the Clement Street, and that need to be out by 6:30. Both of these will get picked up by the same delivery persons. So I'm just gonna pack for both of these right now. That's the queue for our garnish bun. Back to packing stations. So every product does get cooled down properly before we can pack them. And also using this green rack really helps us with prevent condensations or steaming the products. Once I pack something, I'm just gonna put a quick check mark so that Danielle's or the delivery person will know that this is ready to take. Oven time. I think this is good. I'm gonna pop in my meal bread roast loaf. It's almost like a dinner roast. Each different items will get a slightly different garnishes to finish. Danielle is finishing the blueberry croissant tart with cassis jams, and we're gonna put something we call fruity pebbles on top. So this is our black sesame raspberries Danish. This one will get black sesame financiers and fresh raspberries inside. And I'm just finishing off with the guava jam and raspberry powders on top later. Right now, this is my favorite because I love black sesames. And it have like a nice tart from the raspberries, very rich taste from the black sesames. Complements each other really well. With pastry, it's just a joy that it brings to people. And I think that's kind of like draws me to this career because I always love pastry, love sweets. I even have a tattoo of ice cream on my arm. I don't get to see sunsets quite often, but it's always nice that summer is coming and we get some sunlight early. It's a little bit after 6 right now. We have about 15-20 minutes to finish. Usually my last thing to do gonna be filling these babies with pandan coconut cream. This hopper is very efficient for me to pipe in the pandan coconut cream. Pandan is very prominent ingredients in pastry, especially in Southeast Asia. A little bit grassy, but it pairs really well with coconuts. This is our most popular items. It's kind of what we're known for, besides the kaya toast. Well, that's 40 that need to get sent to 1408. I think everything is already get packed. Danielle's gonna get them loaded and drive to the wholesale clients first and then to our other locations across town. There are some items that I think I can just put in the ovens right now because the oven is not occupied and I want it to run as much as I can. I'm gonna grab some biscuits from our freezers. The biscuit is used by our savory teams for the biscuit smash. We make these biscuits from frozen just to make sure that it will get a very nice lift and then all the layers from the frozen butters. The frozen butter basically when it melts, all the steams comes out and it makes the biscuits very tender. This is a special biscuit wash. Basically, we only use egg yolks and heavy cream in this. The gun will not do the job because it's kind of too thick. Right now, I'm just input the amounts of the pastry that we have for these locations into the iPad so that the front of house can take over. These are our tart shells for the nut ube tarts. It will get baked the day before so that the next day, when we cool down, we can fill them with the sweet potato fillings. These just making sure that we have a flat, nice, round well to fill the sweet potato filling later. It's really heavy. Ooh. Our chef get a lot of influence from her background. She's Filipino and ube is kind of the staple in their traditional cuisines. However, here in California, we cannot substantially source ube. So this is our take on that. We use purple sweet potatoes for our fillings. Because this get really hot, so I don't want to have a lot of carryover cooking. I'm just gonna move them out on some of the one that I think is ready. Okay, I think that's all done. So the second part of the days will be our production bakes off. Production bakes off are all like the pastries that can be sold tomorrow. This is kind of like the time that I can slow down a little bit. And today, honestly, like production bakes doesn't look too bad. I'm still constantly making things. It's like a game for me to like find all these pockets of time to like, okay, maybe I can grab something from the dish pits, or I can set myself for tomorrow. I'm just gonna go pull the almond cookies, which already been staged for me the day before by my team. Our almond cookies, 80% of the products are made from almond paste. Just gonna fix them, make them look nice. Some of them kind of get spread out when it's baked in the oven, so that just kind of help round them up again. And now I'm gonna fill them with strawberry jam. Next gonna be the umeboshi, which gives a very nice contrast of the saltiness and the sweetness of the cookies. Because I have sometimes just waiting for the almond cookies, I'm just kind of set myself up for the banana cakes, which is gonna be the next thing that I bake. I started working at Breadbelly about a year ago. I started out at laminations, which is making all the laminated pastries, chocolate, croissant, ham and cheese and stuff. And then I moved on to dough productions as well as pastry prep. This position opened up like about 3 months ago, and I'm very grateful that Chef Kate offered it to me. So it's kind of nice that like I get to work at all the stations before moving here, so I know how much labors and care going to making each of these items. Honestly, I could not imagine me as a morning person at all. Like, I love sleeps, but it doesn't feel like a job at all, honestly. I'm literally having fun all day. And I'm also very lucky to have a supportive husband. He drives me to work every morning around 3:30. I'm gonna top this off with oat streusel. The black sesame cookies that we baked off this morning, I filled them with dulce de leche fillings, and I now to sandwich them. With the not ube tart, it can be a little bit too sweet. So that's why we have the bitterness from the garnish meringue. And then I'm gonna top it with the salted egg yolk as well. We have about 30 seconds right now for the first tray of meal bread to go out. If I don't unmold them right away, it will get steamed inside the mold. It's about 12 right now, and I've been going since 3:45 this morning. I hope it's fun for you as it's fun for me. I'm just gonna finish setting myself up, and it's time for you to go.